Next time you open your eyes, you'll be alone, without the darkness to protect you. Bondo too, he'll abandon you to your fate. To hell with evil being necessary for order. You'll rot in a cell for the rest of your miserable life.
All that's left to do is clean this shit up.
Oh god, Higashi. Good fight.
Yo, you might want to stay away from that. Pull it out any further, and it'll set off the bomb I planted.
That was his plan B.
What?
It could very well end up going off anyway. But that'll be up to me.
Oh, what the fuck? I can't keep track of how many times this guy has changed sides.
As long as Kawai's body exists, Kusumoto-san will never be free. So I'll make sure it's never found again. You guys might want to consider stepping out.
Kuwana, you can't do it.
But I can. This was always going to be the backup plan anyway. If you guys hadn't made it down here, I would have blown up both the body and Soma all in one shot. But still, if Soma dies, I'll never get to the one pulling the strings. And Kusumoto-san will never be free of these goddamn shackles.
Kusumoto-san needs to turn herself in. If she keeps trying to hide from all this, she'll be haunted by her past wherever she goes. You'd rather she carry those sins for the rest of her life. And all by herself. Because after today, you won't be there to help anymore. You have to leave. You'll disappear. From here on out, you'll need to live deep in the shadows.
If she turns herself in, she'd never be able to see Mitsuru again. Her son is finally awake, after 13 years in a coma. Does tearing them apart sound like justice to you?
I want nothing more than for everyone involved to get a happy ending. But still, if I turn my back on it now, Sawa-sensei's sacrifice becomes a footnote. That won't work. She can't say her piece without a voice. So if I don't raise mine for her, what justice prevails?
Fine. I'll just push the button. Everyone in here can be blown to hell.
You really gonna do that?
Yes.
If you guys don't back off, then I will. Do you know how many people I've killed through the years?
Nah. But if you were really that kind of scum, we wouldn't have come down here. You wouldn't be the kind of person worth saving. This one is my fight, guys.
The way I see this, Tak, you and Kuwana both have your reasons. Something to consider. But between the both of you, is there really a right answer?
Oh shit, I have no HP. Also, imagine if Kuwana, when he slapped the phone on the ground, if that set off the bomb, that would have been hilarious. Alright, let's do this. I have no A. Oh, I'm gonna start it off with this. Start off with this instead. Hell yeah. Bam. Okay. Wait. Oh, I need more. I need more EX for that. That's why. Oh well. Okay. Gotta replenish. Can't play this low. Go down. Phase already. Why would I roll out of it instead? Just roll back. You won't get hit by the crate. Yeah. Oh, nice. Good counter. Jesus, the choreography is so good in these games. I love it. Especially the part where Yagami takes a pallet and fucks him up. Like this. I love it. Pallet attack. Now where's the pallet jack? Okay. Do this. Oh, what? You just counter my counter? He actually just countered my counter. Alright, there we go. Didn't counter it this time.
Here we go. Come on, bring it.
Okay, he won't get he won't get taunted. Okay, I didn't know he had a fucking down move. I'm not done yet. I'm about to go all out with this hit. First. Shit, I have no more Tauriners. I do have this, though. Okay. Oh. Wait, no, it's this. Yeah, he's in agony. It's the only time I can use this one. Yes. Holy fuck. God damn it. I was in my EX, but he could still do that? Now he's taunting. He has Sky Dancer too? What? That's bullshit. How does he have Sky Dancer as well? This guy's me. He's like Kuroiwa too. He can kind of mimic Yagami's fighting style. I'm not taking any chances. Another one of these. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. He's in agony. Oh, is this the kill? This might be it. Yeah, he's dead. 100%. Yagami, take the sledgehammer behind you. And break his phone. That's that.
She shouldn't have to keep suffering. The truth, we put too much value on it. All it does is crush us.
That's not true. It's because the truth was being hidden. That's what led to Sawa-sensei's death, isn't it? Set Kusamoto free. It's time for all this to end. I mean, you've gotta already know. When justice breaks, someone's always gonna find a way to redefine it to suit themselves. And from that point of view, everything you do feels justified. That's why you're able to look past the sacrifice and the damage you cause.
No. I didn't want this.
I get that. But who decides what's wrong? Who gets to decide what's right? That's not us. Come on. Sawa-sensei died because you made the choice for her, and you took her truth. Who does that really serve? Tell me who. Why would you want that? The truth is all we have. When the law can't be fair, the truth becomes our last ray of hope. So please, Sawa-sensei's truth, don't take that from her. Kusamoto-san.
Kitakata-sensei!
Bondo's here too then. Someone has to die.
I couldn't protect you. I couldn't even protect your secret.
Please lift up your eyes. I saw that picture you posted of Kawai's dead face. I took a hard look. This was the man I killed. I saw the pain in his repulsive face. I saw the consequences of my actions. Sawa-san never should have been dragged into this. I saw how I betrayed and abandoned you too.
Kusamoto-san.
I've been frightened ever since. I was scared Mitsuru would find out the truth. I was worried he would discover his mother was a monster. And for you as well, Sensei. You carried it for me. You clung to such a dark secret. I made you do this for so long. I never should have gone through with it. And I won't let you bear the burden of my mistake anymore. That's why I've decided. I'm going to turn myself in.
Wow, that's it? Really? No secret villain from the shadows shooting up everybody? That's not the game I know. Thought 100% they'd killed off Soma.
Your mother won't be coming home for a while. It's not work. But I feel I should warn you. I'm going to be placing a burden on your shoulders. I'm so sorry. Mitsuru?
Please don't worry, Mom. If anything, I should be the one worrying about you.
Huh?
I could tell something was bothering you. You've been hiding a problem for a while, haven't you? I'm sure it's been hard. Especially considering what a burden I've been.
No. That's not it at all.
Don't worry, Mom. I more or less already know. In fact, let me tell you. I was doing physical therapy earlier, and I managed to take a few steps. For the first time in 13 years.
That's wonderful.
It didn't feel like much, really. But still, you know what the doctor said? That if I keep at it, I'll be able to stand on my own 2 feet. And then I'll be able to walk again pretty soon. When that time comes, I'll be there for you. It'll finally be my turn to support you. So please don't worry about me, Mom. Don't let me hold you back. Go do whatever it is you have to do. I'll be waiting.
I'm sorry, Mitsuru. Thank you.
$50,000? Holy shit. Oh, there's Bondo.
Enter.
He is not happy, probably. Oh. It's the prosecution.
I don't recall having an appointment with any prosecutors today.
Are you familiar with Kazuki Soma of RK? Public Security's inside man. He infiltrated the Kamurocho underworld on assignment. As you're aware, he got caught up in some illicit activity. You knew this, yet somehow his actions stayed off the record.
Whatever you're talking about, I have no idea, son.
Just so you know, Soma's been arrested by Kanagawa police. The investigation is ongoing. He's the prime suspect in the murder of Yoko Sawa in her Yokohama home. It's our suspicion that he was acting on the orders he received from you, and that would make you complicit in her death. You wanted to manipulate Reiko Kusamoto, and so you stooped to blackmail.
Let me guess why you're here. You want to put all of this out in the open?
If it means exposing the truth, certainly.
You want to burn down Japan? This is bigger than me. It could go all the way up the chain. People of power nationwide would be dragged into your scandal. And some of those people might even be the superiors cutting your paychecks.
Yep. But the bureaucracy isn't the monolith you think it is. The more political power you wield, the more enemies you have waiting in the shadows for the opportune moment to strike. We've met with them, and we have their full cooperation on this.
As a result, Soa-san's security footage has been recovered. It had mysteriously gone missing when the investigation was opened. Upon further review, Kazuki Soma is clearly visible in it. Who would have the authority to order that evidence to be locked away? That would be you, Bondo-san.
For my part, I did the things I thought were necessary. I'm trying to maintain order. It's not hyperbole that I've saved us. My actions. So if you intend to drag me through the mud, I'll see you in court.
So we will. That said, we got this far because those detectives persevered. So I wouldn't expect the prosecution to drop the ball now.
Is that it for Bondo? Really? That's all he gets? He really is a one-time villain. Just showed up to be Soma's superior. That's it.
We only got this far because those detectives persevered? Huh. Oh, yeah? Wouldn't have expected that from Takano. Much less about Yagami.
Yes. But Mafuyu said she overheard it herself. He did really say it.
In the meantime, Ehara-san has been charged for Mikoshiba's murder, and Reiko Kusamoto for Shinya Kawai's death too. Both of them are fully cooperating with the investigation.
What, did Kuwana not turn himself in?
I suppose that ties everything up with a bow. Except for Kuwana.
Yes. Kuwana's still missing. He's the last of the loose ends.
So he is.
You think he's still out there? Would he risk his life to keep hunting down and killing bullies?
Well, I have my doubts about that. Yagami-san believes he can turn over a new leaf.
Oh, is he gonna join us? at the agency?
Some things never really change, do they? This place is still filthy.
Squeaky and clean isn't gonna work for everyone.
That's all a matter of taste. I'd say this place just has flavor.
You brought some snacks?
Yeah. We stopped at the convenience store around the corner on the way here.
Come on, Doc. It ought to be you treating the boys. Bring in some sushi to show them how generous you are.
Oh, should I now? Well, I'm already way ahead of you.
Yo! Did someone order some sushi? Only the best for you guys. Courtesy of Yagami Detective Agency. So...
Ooh.
Good shit, man. You are a true gentleman.
It's an entire platter.
Hey, what the fuck? There's avocado on this shit. Where the hell did you get this from?
Aniki, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. In fact, that just leaves more for me.
Fine. Then I get your umi and salmon roll.
Hey, save me the tamago. Long as I got my egg, I'm good.
Who goes for the egg?
I'll leave Kawai's body with you. The cops can have him. But then I'm out. I gotta disappear for a while. I'll fade back into the shadows.
Like hell, man. If he's arrested, public security would have his head. They'd charge him with the one murder he didn't commit. Sawa-sensei wouldn't get the justice she deserves. And worse, they'd find a way to silence him.
Besides, you don't have any proof that I'm even guilty. Anything they could charge me for would never stick.
Just what are you getting at? You said yourself that you spent the last several years taking out bullies all over the country. That's gotta count for something.
I never left a single shred of evidence behind. So good luck. The cops and the prosecution would have nothing to go on. In a legal sense, all you guys can really do is stand there and watch me walk out of here. The law has never been very good about being flexible. The whole system is hollow. It can't judge who needs to be judged. It can't save who needs to be saved. I'll expose that. Every action I take serves that goal. As long as kids like Mitsuru continue to suffer out there, I'll do it for them. Even if it means I have to keep my hands dirty, I don't care. Goodbye.
You're right about one thing. The law is hollow. As it stands now, the system does fail people. All the same, the law evolves. We have to make it better. But it takes time, and the work is never done. That's why. That's why as long as the law lets people fall through the cracks, I'm gonna be there. Except, I won't do it anything like you.
We already know you're the one who snitched. You didn't think we'd find out.
Come on, don't you have anything to say? Huh? You owe us an answer, don't you?
I'm sorry. And there it is. I knew you were lying all along. You are a lying piece of shit, huh? What do you have to say for yourself?
You think your apologies are gonna cut it? You're in deep shit, girl, and that's not how this fucking works.
So look over here real quick. Say, I'm a bitch and a liar for the camera.
Do it, or it's gonna get a lot worse.
Wow, isn't this gross? What are they doing to that poor girl?
3 against 1? That's so freaking weak.
Pretty fucked up to gang up on her like that.
Who said that?
Shit. Hey, come on, move it.
You don't have to. You've got no reason to go with these guys.
What the hell? Mind your own business, assholes!
Do you really think we're the ones being assholes?
Yeah, that's pretty rude.
You guys gotta learn when it's time to give it a rest.
Who the hell are you guys?
Hey, you three. You need to leave. And stay away from that girl.
Terrible kids. I'm so glad someone finally stood up for that young lady.
I know. Aren't those Serio High students?
Hey, let's just go. Come on.
Are you okay? I'm sorry. No, don't be. I'm sorry. Really. I just wish I had seen what was happening earlier. You'll be fine.
So to our breaking news. After an anonymous report, the Tokyo Metropolitan Police have announced the discovery of 5 murder victims. Found in areas across the country, all 5 victims have evidently been deceased for several years. According to the anonymous tip, the common thread between these victims is that they were all at one time accused of malicious school bullying. The police are working quickly to identify them, and an investigation task force is being launched immediately. This task force's first challenge will be to secure the cooperation of law enforcement across all of the prefectures involved.
Don't end the game. Is that it? That's it. Oh, this is cool. We got all the boys here once again. Hoshino should be here. Hoshino should be here. I don't know where Yagami is, but Hoshino should be here. Testo should be here. Okay, well, I guess this is the part where I talk about the game, right? This might be the first time I say this, but I'll be honest. I think this is a terrible ending. I don't know. It just feels so... like, it's happy, like, way too melancholic, really. I don't understand why we let Kuwana go in the end. And I think the reason why is because his network is still out there, right? Like, he lost Akaike, right? And, like, the other students are still out there, right? Like, Mamiya and whoever the unnamed people are, right? Like, there's like at least 7 more of them or something. And so... Yagami is just okay with leaving Kuwana to go do his own thing now that he kind of, I guess, fixed him in some sort of way. And I feel like it's, I don't know, it's weird that he has so much confidence in that. And like, at the end, they're saying that they're launching an investigation into the other murders, right? That's going to implicate those students. And what if those students rat on Kuwana later, right? Like, that's... that kind of seems like a plot hole to me. Either way, also neat little detail too, this little ending credit cutscene is in-game because you can see my Koronyan decorations on the top left, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, like ending-wise, I feel like it's very weak. Bondo just gets arrested and is like, yeah, I did it for order. Soma, oh my gosh. Soma was just very disappointing, like what the heck? Soma just fucking, he loses to Yagami and then that's it. He has no more dialogue, that's it. It's just, he really was a puppet this entire time. Not really like Kuroiwa, who kind of was a bit more witty and a lot more mysterious and dark. So there was that. Higashi, fuck, they really disrespected him in this game. He only shows up, I think, in chapter 7, and then he barely gets any screen time and kind of just shows up for the last battle, so... I'm glad he was in the game, and I'm glad he actually did have a role at the end, but yeah, I feel like they really did disrespect him quite poorly, so I hope to see him more in the future 3rd game if it ever does come. Really cool that we saw Tsukumo and made him a main character. Really happy with his implementation and integration into the story, not just for the main story, but also the side cases too. really think that they did a really good job with him. Both him and Sugiura, I think, are fantastic side characters. Kaito, of course, is a great character as well, but, you know, I would consider him a main character alongside Yagami, so Tsukumo, very well done. Higashi, they really need to focus on him more. If anything, I would have made the DLC about Higashi because it would make more sense. Oh my god, he's got the cat. But yeah, the story overall was overwhelming. I think that's the way to put it, really. And maybe I haven't played like a mainline. I'll turn this down a bit because it's got lyrics. I think it's because I haven't really played a mainline Yakuza game in a while, but this game felt like it was trying to do way too much, almost like Yakuza 5. The theme of bullying I liked a lot. I think it really was a niche theme that doesn't really get tackled in video games, and so I like how they expanded onto that and kind of grew the conspiracy from Seiryo High. What I don't like is how limited the source material was after that, where it was like, okay, this is like, it's all about different brands of justice, right? There was RK, there's Kuwana, and then there's Yagami, right? You have the three main factions, or public security instead of RK, and it's like every time they get into like an emotional or deep talk, it's the same topics that are brought up every time. I can't betray her. I can't betray her. This is my justice. This is my justice. And I feel like I got the idea, but it was really pounded into you like time and time again. And I feel like a lot of the interactions and encounters were just artificial to pad out game time, really. And not that it wasn't entertaining, but it feels like there was a lot of just back and forth that just, like, it was pointless, really. Like, why did we need to, like, you could have taken out this chapter or whatever, and it wouldn't have changed the game. Like, maybe chapter, like, the later ones at least. I'm not certain. I'm gonna play the game again so I can maybe distinguish what is it in my look back, but as of now I feel like there was a lot of white noise in some of the interactions, so yeah. I also feel like they underutilized some characters too, especially with the students, like the Seiryo High students. Sawa Sensei is obviously a big catalyst as to why Yagami keeps up the fight, and so I think it was good that they used her like that. Oh my god, the fucking cat. But I feel like they could have used the students more to kind of, like, for information gathering purposes. The school starts off the whole plot, right? It connects Yagami with Yokohama 99, and it connects the Ehara case to the Mikoshiba case, which is really cool. Really great start. I think they had a very good thing going with that. But then after Yagami becomes the MRC counselor, it, like, you just never see the school again, and that's it, right? And I feel like they shouldn't have forgotten about the school, because after Sawa dies, it's like the plot just expands from there, and it's, I don't know, I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities with the school. Like, they could have had more faculty members. They could have talked about more about like hinted more at the past cases about the Mitsuru case, because it kind of just shows up later and it's like, oh, but there's another student. And I don't know, I feel like they could have built that up instead. The Kuwana identity was handled nicely though. The whole, oh, this is by Yakatori? Wow. And Ado, of course, I know that voice. I mean, I'm saying a lot of stuff now, and a lot of it's probably not, being a bit too harsh. But I feel like the whole package of Lost Judgment just becomes, it's not as well handled as the first game. In Lost Judgment, it's like you find one thing, which was, okay, the Mikoshiba case, we know it's Ehara, and then you're reverse engineering the case. Whereas in Judgment, it was like you go to one place, which is like the ADDC, you find some info, and then you rethink it with like Genda Law, you rethink it with you know, everyone else, Yagami's crew, and then you get attacked, and then you rinse and repeat, and it's like a progression. In this game, I feel like I go somewhere, I find information, that information doesn't make any fucking sense, and then it's like I find a plot hole. Like there was the whole plot hole with like Kuwana being the stand-in, right? It doesn't look like Kuwana. that was a bit of a plot hole for me. What was the other plot hole that was just as bullshit that I found? God, I need to rethink some, because there were some that were just didn't make sense to me either. Oh, there was one that I actually didn't mention as well, but that was Kawai's body. So they talked about the other cases, right? In which he couldn't be as he was walking away from the warehouse, he couldn't be implicated in those other murders, right? But why not? If he was able to preserve Kawai's body, and he himself said that those the fingerprints of Reiko on them would implicate her, right? So if he preserved those other bodies as well, why wouldn't they implicate him as well, or the other people that he involved himself with? So I feel like there were some inconsistencies with some of the information that was presented. Overall, it was okay though. I was able to make sense of a bit of it, but I don't know, there's something about the plot. I feel like there was just way too much information, and overall it's more overwhelming than aha and cohesive like Judgment. But that's just my opinion right now. I'm gonna play the game again, and if anything, we still got lots to do too. We got to do the MRC side story, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that, and the Kaito files. So as much as, actually, I'll be honest, I want to be done with this series, we're not done yet. And if anything, I am looking forward to playing as Kaito, because that is something I have done in Ishin. So, oh, not Ishin, Gaiden. So I wonder if he has the same moveset. Legend unlocked, premium adventure, premium new plus, and money, which I don't need. What I do like about this game though, and I think this is one of the best strengths about this title so far, best combat that they've ever made. I think this is the best combat style, approach, whatever, design, all of it, perfect. I think it's fantastic. Controlling Yagami in this game is fucking amazing. I can go from one stance, finish my combo, and then instantly press the down pad and switch to another stance, and I'm like in another stance instantly. Like there's no input delay, there's none of that. It's just fantastic. It feels great. I think they nailed the combat in this game. It's just fantastic. You know what? I do want to talk a bit more about the story, so I am going to look at the replay real quickly. Yes, the beginning was set up really nice with the whole going to Ijin show, learning about the bullying. I think that was set up quite well. Chapter 2 was also, yeah, this was outrageous too. It was like fucking Yagami gets ambushed in the halls, and like the bullies come out with bats or whatever, and then they're bragging about having ties to the Liumang, and I was like, okay, first of all, A, aren't there security cameras in the school? And 2, aren't there other teachers that are gonna see us fighting in the halls? Like, what the hell? Like, this was kind of a weird scene too, because it's just, okay, you know, well, we're having a fight in the hallways, and these students are using weapons, and also Yagami's beating up fucking minors, but, you know, it's not a real game, so let's not think too much about this. The Liumang, yes. I don't know why they decided to shoehorn the Liumang in. They also shoehorned in the Komi Jewel as well, who had such a minor role. They were like, oh, you want Kuwana? Yeah, we trust you, we'll bring you to him. Like, there was that part too, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, the Komi Jewel were in the game too, technically, so there's that. I don't know, I feel like there was a lot of wasted opportunity with some of the factions, so I guess they just kind of existed for the sake of existing and kind of building up Kuwana's mysterious identity. Akutsu, I think, was a good character. I think they handled him quite well. Him being kind of the representative of the RK and not really having insight into Soma's true identity. I feel like it would have been more impactful if Soma was the one that killed Akutsu, because that would have been more like that would have been more of like a bigger betrayal where it's like, holy shit. And it also would have confirmed his identity of being a double agent, in which he kind of just admits it as a half-truth, where it's like, oh yeah, I am undercover, right? But he doesn't really reveal his connection to Bondo explicitly, so it's like, it's kind of a half-assed thing in which it's like, oh yeah, Yagami was right about this all along, but you know, it was speculation to begin with, so there's that. I think Sawa's death was very tragic, handled very well too. I think that was good. I don't know why I'm going so in depth about this. I feel like, well, one, this series is so long, I was invested into this plot too. Overall, I think it is good. This was badass too, where Yagami fights against everybody and Sawa dies and all that. I feel like he got bitch slapped so hard by Akutsu and he didn't deserve that at all, but they did have to find a way to nerf him. Our boy, as always, he always gets beat up once, just like that Cafe Alp scene by Hamada. What else was there? Then we investigate Kuwana a bit. Amamiya. Oh, yes. I have some things, yeah, so I already said this too, but it's just the other students, right? All the other kills that Kuwana and his students did, even if Kuwana is having a change of heart, the rest of his students have to suffer through that now. So what's their closure? What's their justice, right? Do they just get to walk away from all this? Are they gonna turn themselves in as well? Like, just because of Kuwana's selfishness or Kuwana's decision? I don't know. So like, that's also unsaid too, so I'm not sure about that. Also the Kanagawa guy, Matsunaga or whatever, I forgot what his name was, but he also was severely underutilized. He was just there for that one fight, and it's like, yeah, I'm a disgruntled cop. That's right, I can't do anything. See ya. And then that's it. And then he comes in for the finale, and that's all. Same with Tesso. Extremely underutilized. He just shows up to be a plot device for Yagami and access to the underground, and that's pretty much it. Again, shows up in the small finale by the van. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's strange too, because I don't think I've actually ever felt like a game that I've recently played, especially last year too, had such a weak plot. But I feel like this game, it kind of fell apart at the ending, and I think that's why my organic thoughts right now are just me leaning more towards it being the correct word I want to use here is incohesive or uncohesive, whichever is the correct word for that, in which the ending is just not satisfactory with what was in play. Like, why does everyone get to live? Kuwana, Reiko, right? Because if the whole theme of the game is saying that your justice is not correct, your justice is not correct, the only justice that matters is the truth, because the truth shines light on everything objectively, and the law, even though we don't believe in it, once it sees the truth, that is what that is what should be out in the open. That is what should be accepted, and that truth is defined by truth defines justice, basically. And so I think, in my opinion, it was a bit weird that no one was punished in a physical manner, right? Like, Reiko survived, Kuwana survives, Bondo survives, Soma survives, which is incredibly surprising to me. And so it was just, I guess because I played a lot of these games too, I'm not going to spoil the other games, don't worry. A lot of characters in the finale, they die. And they die because usually it means that their principles or their values failed, or their philosophy fails, right? But in this game, everyone just ends up living, or they end up being able to walk away from their mistakes, walking away from their crimes. And I guess it's just weird for me because I'm not used to it, but also it's, as I said in the beginning, it's very melancholic almost, in which lessons were learned and people were able to move on. And it's kind of grim too, given that a lot of people did die behind the scenes for this, and in the end, I guess we'll have to see in the Kaito files. Who knows? Actually, I have no idea. Maybe the Kaito files will actually shed some light on this, but like I said, we're not done with this game yet. The next episode will be probably one short, if not short, one entire episode dedicated to the MRC finale. We will do that, and then we will follow along with the Kaito files in the next episode. So thank you so much for joining me on this adventure for Lost Judgment. I know it's been literally 2 months probably at the time of Lost Judgment's current end, and Kaito files might even push it towards 2 to 3 months. So not like it affects the schedule, probably won't be affecting the schedule anyways. Believe it or not, I'm recording this in December, so I am way ahead of the timeline. I know, I'm like a prophet. I can see the future.